Hello, folks, and welcome back to Pandaria. I had started recording, but you know that menu ping? Let me go back into the game. That's going right through me. So I need to figure out how to deal with it. I got distracted and spent nearly 20 minutes trying to do it. There's no way to turn it off and no way to lower it beyond just flatly lowering the game altogether. It's a start. It's an improvement, but I want it gone. That is better, but now I can barely hear the game. So yeah, I'm just, I'm gonna go ask on the Discord. Hey, folks. Ooh. What I'm gonna do here, I just realized something. I did do some actual progress in that previous recording. It's just I did get distracted for a fair bit with, um, trying to deal with this again. And I figure you don't want to see that. So, I'm gonna cut this here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick in the relevant parts of the previous thing. So, talk to you again in a moment. Hello, folks, and welcome back to my desert run. Miss Pandaria Classic, albeit still during kata time. Let us continue. It's been a while since I played, as I went and finished Sekiro. You'll get to see it someday, folks. I need to go record some bonus footage for DES, and then I can go record Sekiro. Well, then I need to record bonus stuff for DES, get render that. Record bonus stuff for Dark Souls, get that out. Record one bonus thing for Dark Souls 2, I can get that out. Record multiple bonus stuff for Dark Souls 3, get that out. Then record bonus thing for Sekiro, and then I can get that out. I am regretting a lot. So, oh, blood mushroom over here. Don't mind if I do. It's up top.
Inventory is full.
Wait, what? Seriously? The Blood Curse Legacy. Dear friend, my hand trembles as I ink this letter. Pray that it reaches you in time. Last night, Edward Haynes, captain of the ship Lost Hope, appeared before me in my tent. The same Edward Haynes that died of scurvy 20 years ago. This apparition told me a tale that made my heart tremble. A tale that I need you to hear, and a mission that I need you to accomplish. Will you do it? Will you seek out Edward on Wormscar Island, northeast of your base? Regards, Admiral Odysseus. Heya. Uh, use relevant parts. Use parts of above. Fine. There we go. So let us continue. We're here in the Exodar because I'm low on inventory space. And neighbors are assaulting their place again. It's still better than last year. In December they were playing basketball in the house, and it oh, it went right fucking through me. Those eyes, she kind of ended up looking like she was light forged. Thought they seemed a little golden. Used to drain out with blue eyes. And, you know, strange alien blue eyes. Jesus. This is kind of ridiculous. I thought I actually made stuff last time. Apparently not. I'm gonna go drag out the leveling guide. It's making minor healing, lesser healing, and then healing.
Blessings upon your family.
Okay. It's tempting to me to pick up tailoring. So, want to hold on to that. To be honest, I don't see anyone buying it for that, but it's fine. I think we'll just vendor these off.
Do not lose faith. Rona Kai Christor. Good health, long life.
Since I'm calling my character here Desic as opposed to Gorik, I'm gonna have to, no singing team there. I'm gonna have to get used to, like, when we're in a raid, being called something else. I'm gonna have to get used to it.
May the light embrace you.
I actually have enough Silverleaf and Peace Bloom to do the next bitted quest. This is before banks counted as like reagents, like reagent slots. The reagent bank that was added in. They're actually removing that in modern WoW and just expanding the bank in general. They're also removing void storage, which I've spent so much money on. I'm actually quite worried about that because I'm just like, how the fuck am I going to store anything? But it seems like they're adding in enough space to compensate. But I wonder on that because of the amount of resources I have in my reagent bank. The reagent bank's pretty substantial. And I've a lot in my void storage. And I've a lot in my bank. So if... So I'm... Well, apparently we are getting a ton of space in the bank. I don't think it's going to add up to be that much. We may just break even. Because of all the other storages we're losing. Well, I don't really play Palnai anymore. He is a character I've played for a long time. So there is lasting sympathies with him.
Good fortune. Dionis Aka.
I always thought this was cool. All the like holograms of the demons and whatnot. I remember someone trying to assert that, you know, the succubus. Yeah, up there. That what we see of them is just an illusion. Their true form is the succubus matrons. But I don't think that's right. I think the matrons are just middle-aged spread.
Arcanon Poros.
I'll grab it,
May your days be
but I'm not going to be holding on to alchemy for much longer.
safe journey.
All prices here are reasonable.
They've sped this up, haven't they? Oh god. They've also increased the stack size. When did they do that? It's beautiful. I've played Alchemist for quite a while in SOD, and the 5 slot limit has always kind of kicked my ass. Tabbing a sec while that goes. They say to make about 60 potions. You just have to end up at level 60, so... This makes using potions a lot more viable for... Well, making potion... It makes potions more viable for everyone. Be it someone making potions to sell, or in using potions. Part of me is tempted in holding on to alchemy, so I can gather my own resources. Herbalism, so I can gather my own resources. But honestly, once I get my finances sorted, I'm just going to be buying it off the auction house. I'm not much to go grinding. So...
Warm wishes to you.
So yeah, I will be dropping herbalism uh, at some point. Probably once I'm done. Hmm, yeah. Uh, Probably once I'm done with in this zone. Basically, Miss Pandaria is coming out soon. The pre-patch is currently out, and if I want to see the Fall of Terror more, I need to hit max level before Miss Pandaria comes out. So once I'm done with Blood Mist, I'm popping the level skip so I can do that event. The level skips comes with some gear, so I'll be ready to do the event. We'll get to see it, and then I can see what I'm doing from there. I could go back to lower level zones to gather the herbs and resources I need. I could not do that and just wait for Pandaria. Um, but I think once I'm moving on from more like level appropriate stuff, um, that's weird. The herbs of Northrend can be brewed into powerful potions. That's neither here nor there, but sure, good to know. Basically, once I'm moving away from Blood Mist and this low-level zones appropriate for my like alchemy and herbalism, I'm not going to be able to get herbs anymore. So there's no point in me having herbalism, so I'll probably drop it. Whether it's the moment I finish Blood Mist, the moment I, whether it's the moment I finish Blood Mist and get the boost, whether it's when I'm going into Pandaria, I don't know. But I'm going to be dropping herbalism then. Oh, damn it. Missed out on a slight bit of cash. Didn't track where the cursor was. I'm thinking maybe I should be very fussy about the potions I learn, just simply because I don't like I can learn them all later, for simple to have them, but for now I need to fixate on what's best. What's best in life. Oh, I actually need Briar Torn. I think I sold some.
May you find what you seek. Seek the path of the light.
And the neighbors are still assaulting their place. Heavy banging, stomping. They might be back playing with the basketball inside. My head hurts with them. They are very annoying. Just checking Discord. One, the dev may have responded. Two, my WoW guildies may have responded. There was some there's a bucket list of stuff I want to finish in SOD, and I was asking for help with my guild, and I wasn't sure if the guy meant to do it today or not. And there were some people doing a raid, and I think Strike is doing the raid, but I just want to keep on the up and up of updates. Streamer mode will stop pings from coming through, and I could turn streamer mode off, but then I'll be getting other pings as well. So it's better for me to leave it on and just to eyeball it once in a while.
Embrace you.
Seriously, 3 gold? Fucking hell. Auctions. Oh, this already sold. Nice. Seriously? So what level do I need to get to? I need to make 60 lesser potions. So I need 60 bruise weight.
Be kind to those less fortunate.
How many do I have?
Each day is a blessing.
8. So I need 52. Oh, my elbow? Yeah, I'm recording from bed. That chair over there, I got a new chair set up. It's okay, but it kind of hurts. Bed hurts less. It's my pelvis. I have arthritis in it, it seems. Yeah, it sucks. $23 gold. Oh, that's not happening.
Seek the path of the light.
It threw me off seeing ZG mentioned there because,
Welcome.
well, I came from
Browse
SOD
adjoining.
and I was running ZG over there. So it's just like, why are you running ZG? There's no way that actually sells for that much gold. Wait, do I not glove? Put on some gloves.
May your days be long and your hardships few.
May your days be short and your hardships plenty.
Blessings upon you. Seek the path.
The ability I lost was solely Seal there. Well, I also lost Devotion Aura. You know what that cowl she's wearing? I thought it was a little monkey. I thought she was a little monkey. I was
The
like, the
idea of
fuck?
service. Be kind to those less fortunate.
Greetings, friend.
We'll head back to, Yeah, I'm not buying that Spanish translation. I'm not buying that translation. I saw a dose there.
Greetings, friend. Dionysaka.
There we go.
Open your heart to the light.
Mate, I need my heart closed. If it's open, it doesn't pump blood as well. Trust me, I know. Volatile healing potion. It's using fellweed and golden sansum. Anyway.
I can't cast that. That spell isn't ready yet.
I'm gonna have to clear out a lot of these. It seems the drop rate ain't the best.
I can't cast that. I'm out of range. That's still Richard. I can't cast that yet. I can't attack that target. It's too far away. That spell isn't ready. I can't cast that yet. I need to get closer.
I don't think we need any Earth root.
It's too far away. That spell isn't ready. Yeah.
Batty Ravager.
That's still Richard. That spell isn't ready.
Yeah.
I'm out of range. I can't cast that. need to get closer. That's still recharged. That spell isn't ready yet. Yeah. I can't cast that.
Oh, nice. Level 17.
I can't.
Ooh. Learning from crystals. I need to head south.
That's still recharged.
There's a mushroom here. I remember that movie.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't attack that.
Like, I remember the first half of that movie being playing relatively seriously. Then for the end, they just... It's like, yeah, the aliens are allergic to Head and Shoulders.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that. It's too far away. That's still ready.
Apparently, retail WoW isn't doing well in the like new player experience. Um, when you are, I saw a bit of a video by Bellular. He was saying that like he started up a new character, and for the first like while, like the new player experience, you feel pretty powerful. You're throwing out, you know, your fire blasts, your fireballs, and you're feeling great. But then the moment you're outside of that, you like it just feels like you're getting weaker as you level up. Not stronger, weaker. Enemies are taking hits a lot better than they were before.
I'm out of range.
And, you know, you're suffering for it.
That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharged. I can't cast that yet.
Something that they have in the game is a wide degree of scaling throughout it. So, like, you're in, like, Elwyn Forest. Like, damn well, like, enemies across that zone may scale up to 10, say. But you're in Westfall, enemies there scale to 30. There's no longer, like, the zones that you have here, or before. Remember in SOD, like, you could, or even here, you can out-level enemies in a zone. To, like, easier degree. You can't now, to an extent. Like in Herb over here, like you still can out-level enemies, but it's level 10 to 30 for Westfall. Or, you know, there's a much more dramatic gap, and that applies to all enemies. Back in the day, there may be a, let's say there was a zone that was 10 to 30. But that was, you know, that wasn't every enemy. That was like, yeah, there's a weaker end, and as you go through, you'll find tougher and tougher enemies, with the final, like, part of the zone being level 30s. Now it's, oh yeah, you know the dude you, like, killed at level 10? Yeah, he's level 30 now. They all level up with you. There isn't the static nature of the game. So if you come back at higher level, all the enemies are going to be higher level as well. So you can't really come back and ruffle stomp as you used to. Which is just generally sad rather than necessarily being an issue. But, yeah, enemies scale with you and it's just...
It's too far away.
Enemies scale with you and you just end up feeling generally powerless. Not powerless, but less and less powerful as you level. Which is certainly a weird experience for new players.
That spell isn't ready. Yeah.
Even if I don't need the herbs anymore for my alchemy, it's still worthwhile gathering them because I can sell them and maybe make some cash. Which will help me buy the herbs I do need. I've gone too far south. But it's fine. But, yeah, apparently, anyway, the retail is having some troubles with new player experience because of the level scaling going on. As you level, the enemies level up with you, and you just end up feeling like you're getting weaker. I also just generally don't like enemies scaling with me, because it typically ends up feeling like you never get a feeling of getting more powerful. Like I remember when you play Destiny, like you traveling between you know, what was like looked to be a rookie area into a higher level area, enemies just scaled with you. So you never really felt more powerful. You always felt the same no matter where you were. Or if a place was a rookie area, like the early Earth zones,
Yeah.
it felt the exact same going up against enemies in later places. You know, they just scaled the whole way. So I'm just generally not a fan of scaling in games. I kind of do like the idea of just like set level brackets. If I do go back to War Tales, I'll probably start a new game. I kind of don't want to, but yeah, I'm going to take set level brackets. Rather than having scaling.
That's still Richard. That spell isn't ready. Yeah.
But I think what I said there made sense. Yeah, he did a video talking about the, you know, a new player experience in retail WoW. How it's not good because as you level up, you just feel weaker and weaker. The enemies are scaling with you, and they're scaling more than you're scaling with leveling gear. So you just end up feeling like you're getting weaker and weaker. Your shots that were, you know, devastating before aren't anymore, and it starts feeling kind of crummy. So it's just when I made the point about like the level brackets for zones, they changed them. It's not like if you go to like if you're max level and you go to Westfall, all the enemies in Westfall are max level. It only scales to a point, but it's not like the level brackets of yesteryear, where there was level brackets for a zone, but it was only describing the levels of the enemies in the zone rather than the level the enemies can reach. So like there may be level like 10s here, but 20s. I don't know the level bracket for Blood Mist. Okay, the brackets for Blood Mist is 10 to 20. As you can see down here is like 10s, and as you come up here there's like 13s just across the bridge. And as you go up more, there'll be higher level. If you go over here, there'll be 20s. There'll be a 20 here in the vector coil. Over here I think is like 17, 18. That's the old like level brackets. Like you may think like, oh, it scales 10 to 30. What's the big deal? Like you have 10 to 20 here. It's a flow. It's like start here 10s, 11s, 12s, 13s, 14s, 15s, 16s, 8, 20. But under new system, these could be 20. These could be 30. So it kind of removes the feel of the old game. On top of all the other issues with it, it just kind of removes the feel of it, if you get me. Where you can go back, like where you can go back to a place that like, oh, I remember struggling fighting this guy, and now you wreck his face. You can put up much more of a fight now. You have to hit a much higher level for that becomes a thing. And it just kind of ruins a bit of the flavor of it. I'm just not a fan of like enemies scaling with you. Like it can be an okay thing as a situational thing. Like it's a particular enemy that scales with you, But for just like going through zones, be it War Tales or this, and enemies are leveling up as you level up, so you never really feel like you're getting better. You always feel like every fight's desperate. I know, it just kind of sucks. I suppose it depends on the kind of game they're going for, but I don't think WoW's that sort of game. Maybe War Tales more is. But still, if I go back and play that again, I'm gonna definitely adjust that. It's just real. When I hear the ping, I think it's like a message I have to go respond to, but it's just a reel. I can have a look at that later. So we'll go turn this in, then we'll get to next quest. Don't want to visit an area without having to correct, and then have to revisit it, We're able, a chunk of crystal from Exeter crashed debris. We're able to gather the first crystal sample. This crystal shard will give our researchers a baseline to compare against samples from other parts of the island, since it comes from one of the Blood Mist's less corrupt regions. Won't be able to send it off until we have a full set of samples, but this is a great start. If we're willing to help gather the other samples, we'll see to it you're rewarded for your efforts. As we've gotten ourselves established here, Bloodwatch have been sending out survey teams to create more reliable maps of the island. In most cases, they return unharmed with the data we need, but the team I sent east to the ruins has to report back, wherever what might have happened to them, but I can't spare the men to send another mission after them. Find them, Desik, and lend them any assistance they require to return with their survey data.
May your days be long.
May your days be short, and your hardships plenty. So, yeah, since I made that detour statement about talking about the scaling of zones, it kind of feel like it's thrown my point completely out of whack, and now my brain's like spiraling. I get fixated. It's really annoying. It's really annoying. But I think it made sense. He was talking about like the new player experience not being great because of the scaling of enemies and you just not being able to keep up with with them easily. Um, and I was talking about, like, they do still have level brackets, but it's like 10 to 30 for Westfall. So the intro mobs to Westfall can be level 30. And it just kind of ruins the feel of the game of you growing in power and becoming a champion when random mobs that you were able to break face before are keeping up with you, at least to a point. They may not keep up with you the whole way, but you know, they're doing a lot better than they used to be able to. It just ruins the vibe of a game for me, you know? I like being able to come back to a zone and just like, you know, just T-pose at enemies as they're trying to ravage me. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna keep T-posing. No on my ankles, go ahead. You know, I can do this all day. It just ruins the vibe of a thing. But, even... How different is SOD to actual classic WoW? You know, in terms of scaling and the like. Yeah, that pinging is annoying. I need a way to turn that off. No response yet.
I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging.
That is actually a really annoying sound. I mean, that could actually turn me off console port, honestly. I see that's the only thing that gets turned off. But this sound is fine. It's subtle and it's just like, it's a simple sound. The other thing is really... It's really in your face. It's obnoxious. But yeah, I hope they can fix the whole leveling issue, you know? This,
I can't cast that.
I hope they can fix that whole, you know, nuclear, you know... Well, they're framing it as a new player experience issue, but it sounds like it's just leveling a new character issue. But then again, someone with heirlooms will probably suffer a lot less, given that they'll have gear that levels up with them. So they always remain on curve, or even ahead of it. But yeah, I hope they fix the issue, because that's... Like, you always want new players to your game. You always want new people, you know, throwing money at you. So, because there are going to be like older players dropping off, so you need new ones coming in. You need a constant cycle. Though you want to like hold on to people as long as you can too. Hopefully they can fix it. Honestly, it feels like the whole scaling it thing is just an issue. Beyond ruining the vibe of things, then you have to also like they're leveling up with people. You have to remain, yeah, like make sure they don't get too far ahead of people, you know?
I need to get close. That spell isn't ready.
So,
Yeah.
there we go. Enemies only take 3 hits to kill, but you have to wait a while for your abilities to come off cooldown. But, honestly, I feel like they should just go back to the way we have it now. But I think part of the zone scaling, as much as they do, it's so that you can do whatever zone you want when you want it, rather than having to go well, to a degree. Like there is still a minimum level, but it by 10 to 30 for Westfall means that you can go do, you know, another zone elsewhere, and rather than having out-leveled Westfall, you can now go do Westfall. You can go do like, you know, Dark Shore, then pop over to Westfall and have that be your next point. which I don't know. I like the like zones leading into each other and like having a
Out of range.
flowing like story. You know,
I can't cast that.
like having it be pick a mix is I know it takes away from it. You can still do it under the old system anyway. You can do Westfall and then pop over to Ashenvale, but I suppose I don't really have a point then, do I? It just, I know, I've seen WoW, Blizzard not really caring for their own story and doing what they can to minimize it. So it just feels like another part of that. Even if I can't really, don't really have a good argument for it. It just feels like another part of it. Like, you see it in Blizzard, you know, like, hey, you hit level 10, what expansion do you want to do? And then just hopping you over to, this is my YouTube rant Sona right now, rather than using a Dark Souls character. This is my rant Sona, yes. You know, you hit level 10 and then suddenly you're having all the expansions thrown at you. You want to do Burning Crusade, you want to do Rat, do you want to do Kata, do you want to do Pandaria, do you want to do WoD, do you want to do Legion? And you can just hop over to any of these expansions and do them, regardless of all the build-up, you know, the reason why you're in WoD as who you are is because of what you've done in the previous expansions. You're a champion of your faction. Killing Hogger did not make you a champion of the Alliance. Finding Mankrik's wife did not make you a champion of the Horde. But, you know, here you are anyway. So, that's why it just feels like Blizzard's, you know, they've done what they can to take away from the setting. So, this is just yet another part of it. Maybe that's an unfair take, but that's just how my gut feels on it. The bodies of the Draenei survey team are scattered all over the ground here, pierced by Naga weaponry. The area is littered with the remains of their supplies and survey equipment, but their data crystals are nowhere to be seen. It's too late to assist the cartographers in completing their mission, but it appears that they collected the data Harbinger Mikolas was expecting. The crystal storing their survey information was not among their ransacked packs, so it must be in the hands of the Ratskill Naga. You know that Harbinger Mikolas will be saddened by the loss of the survey crew, but want to salvage the survey data.
I can't cast that. The spell isn't ready yet.
Herb to the right.
That's still recharging.
I remember before making a fair chunk of gold selling the like zesty clam meat on my Blood Elf Mage? Yeah, Blood Elf Mage. Have her up on the channel. Don't remember what she was called fuck, I've forgotten. Her name is a slight change off of my Demon Hunter's name. I think my little RP idea was that they were siblings.
That's still recharging.
I don't really RP, but I do have like ideas for some of my characters. Like Palanai was a when I was hearing like they fled for like thousands of years from their home planet of Draenor, of Argus. I was thinking he was one of the survivors of Argus.
I need to get closer. It's too far away. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet.
Don't have too many ideas like that. It's just kind of, it's not like I think about it actively. It's just kind of thing like I'm thinking about my character and then it's just like, ooh, maybe that, yeah.
That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't
It does annoy me, like, what the hell was my Blood Elf Mage called? If you haven't followed my channel for a long time, quite a while back I had a series of vids where I leveled a character of every class, well, of every race, and then I was ascending various classes with the intent of showing off every quest chain in the game. Well, not every quest chain, but every zone. I would like work them all through classic, and then the idea was of going to bring them all through like Outland, Rat, and whatnot, and making sure I covered each zone. Because, like, with Outland, there's one starter zone but two ending zones. With Northrend, there's two starting zones and two end zones. So I'll make sure to bring them all to, like, to... I'll make sure to cover every zone, Horde, and Alliance. Like, I had a mix of Hordes and Alliance characters. Like a Durkar and Orc Shaman, and, you know, characters like this. This was back during Legion. The intent was to show off, the class order halls. The idea was a character of every race to show their starter zones, then ascend one character of each class. Like, the trolls I didn't bother with. It's just like, oh, there's no need to level a troll, I've already have these classes covered, so I'll just do their starter zone. But now they've made, you know, race quests. Whatever they're called, heritage quests. So now I would want a troll character. Though I don't think there's a troll heritage quest yet. I don't know. But, yeah. Basically, I had a series of leveling character of every race, and then ascending some beyond that. Like the troll characters stopped when their starter zone stopped, but my undead warlock is after hitting level like 58. At the time, it was 58. There's been a level crunch or whatever, so I don't know what level she's at now, but yeah. I got my human rogue undead warlock to Outland level. I got my dead knight starts off there, but I have a dead knight. I have a demon hunter. I don't think I have anyone else at Outland level, but I do have a variety of other characters. Like, I have one of every race done up. You know, Palanai was my paladin example. But, so I didn't, you know, I've already shown off the Paladin class order hall. That's dealt with, but I have one of every other one already made, and at least somewhat leveled. Kyrok was my warrior, but if I was going to continue him, I would have to redo him, because he's missing out on this quest, the Blood Curse Legacy. He's missing out on this one. But I'm covering this zone anyway, so it would be an opportunity for me to make a troll warrior if I wanted to continue that or whatnot. One good thing about the change Blizzard made with the expansions and whatnot is that you no longer need to go through all the expansions. So for me to show off all the class order halls, I can just make a character, get him to 10, and then run off to Legion. I don't need to level through the other zones to show them off. But that's I know I am not a fan of that. I wanted to show off, you know, World of Warcraft and go through all the zones, Horde and Alliance, and show off all the story of it. So it'll take away from it to not do that. Okay, let's head south. Like I said, there's, well, for my alchemy itself, there's no point in gathering this material, but for my pocketbook, there's plenty. It's unlikely that I'll find any quest. If I turn these quests in, I'll get anything that I need for in the direction I'm going. Or I could just even out level it even further. But Yeah, I'll turn them in anyway. Let me just check Discord. Hmm. No. There we go. No comment on the issue. So, I've no idea how to fix it. Or if it can even be fixed.
Us. Remain vigilant. The Legion's end draws near.
Have you tried... No. Have you gathered crystal shards from the Crystal Blood Mist? 1, 2, 3.
Do not lose
Well
faith.
done. This will provide the raw materials for another batch of enhancement crystals. You're welcome to choose from among the 3 kinds of crystals I can make. Find each of them useful for stalking different kinds of prey.
Remember the lessons of the past. Chronokai Christo.
If you have more of the irradiated crystal shards, I'll be happy to exchange them for another of my
Do not
crystals.
lose faith. The Legion will fall.
A Draenei crystal containing information on the eastern part of Bloodmist Dawn. We're able to find out what was keeping the survey team from returning. Death.
Remain
You tell Harbinger Miklos of the survey team's fate. He accepts the crystal from you, but remains silent for a long moment. They were good men, Dezek, and they knew their mission would be dangerous. I'm grateful for your help in locating the team and recovering the crystal. The Harbinger's fists clench. We've lost too many good men already, and our mission has only just begun.
May your days be
Now that we have the
long
baseline
and your
crystal, we're going to need samples from more dangerous areas of the island to complete this set with sending to the Exeter. The next sample must come from the crystals controlled by the Blood Elves in the Bladewood area to the northwest of Bloodwatch. I've heard reports that they alter and harvest the crystals for use in some magical apparatus. See if you can find one that has not yet been incorporated into one of their devices. Mine a sample from it.
Dionys Aka.